Welcome to CI in 5, a place to get energized by your favorite continuous improvement practitioners as they take on the challenge of sharing what continuous improvement means to them in 5 minutes or less and in 5 words or less. Think of it kind of like a kata geek going on a speed date. I know, right? This is gonna be good. Let's do this. Kim Green Goldsborough, thank you so much for being on CI in 5 today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, hey y'all, if you are not connected with Kim, why not? Kim is an amazing continuous improvement expert. She has been doing work with the EPA for 35 years, y'all, doing continuous improvement work. She is a senior trainer and consultant there. So once again, Kim, thanks for being here. Let's get right to it. What is your CI in 5?
All right, I'll take doing, learning, understanding, culture, and risk. Learning the tools, learning the concepts is so important, and that has been such a big part of the work that I have done. So I started in my career being introduced to process improvement through the learnings of W. Edwards Deming. And I learned the concepts, the principles, and then I also was introduced to the tools. And I separate that from doing, because you can learn and not do. Likewise, as I jump to the end of my career, for the past 15 years, we've been using process improvement, lean concepts, tools, and techniques. But what I have learned is that you can know something, so you will have learned it. You can apply those tools, but what is often missing is a deep understanding of the full concepts, the full principles, the full application. And as I look at my career from beginning to end, I can see where there was sometimes not the understanding of the fullness of process improvement, in that you have your tools and you can use your tools, you can have as many events as you would like, but without the fullness of that system, without understanding that it is undergirded by some really basic principles. So we talked about knowing something, applying them, doing it, and then really getting the full understanding of it. But all of that is also really supported by or halted by a culture. You have to apply and introduce and work process improvement within your existing culture with the intent to change the culture, because without the culture change, all of it really gets back to doing. You can do, but until you really change that culture, you're not going to get the change that we're really looking for. So it's that culture change. And then ultimately, it's the risk. All of this can be very risky. One of the things that Deming talks about is driving out fear, because change is in fact complicated and can be scary. I've seen within my career where the tools were, we grab hold of them and we would apply them, but in the absence of all of those other things, it's often short-lived. So it's looking across that, and it's looking at all of those times where we were given the opportunity and we were educated, and there were pockets within the agency that were taking hold of these tools and really accepting them and using them. And in many cases, having gotten positive results, true measurable results. But then, you may have the measurable results in the absence of a culture where after time you would revert back to an old system. So there's, all of these elements were so critical to so many different parts of, pockets of my experience within the agency.
I'm thinking for someone like myself who's new in the game of continuous improvement, so to speak, what kind of advice would you have for me to continue to grow and be successful as a practitioner of continuous improvement?
Of course, you're going to learn, but then to do it, to apply whatever it is that you learn. And you could apply it within your own life. That's the real beauty of the tools and the concepts, is that you can continue to master these concepts and application of these tools outside of your your daily position, whatever it is that your work is. So I say do it, use it, practice.
Now, for thinking about someone like yourself who's been in the continuous improvement community for quite some time, or even someone who hasn't, but is just stuck in their practice, what kind of advice or encouragement would you give them to spark their practice again?
It's being able to find a small piece of work that needs to be done and work with one willing individual to improve a piece of a process. While perhaps you're working to apply your skills on a larger scale, but it's always like in the meantime, you have to just keep at it.
What I'm wondering for you, you've been practicing continuous improvement for 35 years here. So I'm wondering what brings you the most joy in your practice as a continuous improvement practitioner?
It's seeing results, seeing something happen. My goal is really to change. If I'm here to protect the environment, let's see what we can do to look at your processes, to make changes in your processes so that you can better protect the environment, so that we collectively can better protect the environment. So I'm looking for results. And whenever I see any type of results, it's really, it's a high.
Well, I tell you, Kim, this has been a high for me being able to speak with you today and glean all this great continuous improvement knowledge. And hey, if you all aren't connected with Miss Kim Green Goldsborough, please go right on to LinkedIn right now and connect with her. Kim, thanks so much for being with us on CI in 5 today. It's been a pleasure.
Sam, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us for CI in 5, the place to get your shot of inspiration and wisdom to move you forward on your continuous improvement journey. And for more inspiration, join the Live on Purpose LinkedIn group. We are a diverse community that supports each other to find and live out our purpose every day, and we would love to add your voice to our family. Join now by clicking the link in today's post. Until next time, when we invite another one of your favorite lean thinkers to share their CI in 5, stay calm and Kaizen.